What are the landmark Supreme Court cases on entrapment? Imagine being accused of a crime you didn't plan or want to commit. How do courts decide if you were tricked into it? Today, we explore the key Supreme Court cases that shape how entrapment is understood in criminal defense. The first major case is Sorrells v. United States from 1932. This case was the first to officially recognize entrapment as a legal defense. The court said that if law enforcement induces someone to commit a crime they weren't predisposed to do, it counts as entrapment. The focus is on whether the person was ready and willing to commit the crime before the government stepped in. The court also decided that whether entrapment happened is a question for the jury to decide, based on the facts of each case. Next up is Sherman v. United States from 1958. This case reaffirmed the entrapment defense and clarified that the government can't dodge responsibility by claiming it was just following orders from informants. In this case, a man recovering from drug addiction was repeatedly asked by a government informant to sell drugs. The court ruled that he was entrapped as a matter of law and overturned his conviction. The court emphasized that past unrelated crimes don't prove someone was predisposed if those crimes happened long before government involvement. It also highlighted that the government plays an active role in inducing the crime. Then, we have Matthews v. United States from 1988. This case clarified that even if a defendant denies committing the crime, they can still argue entrapment if there is enough evidence for a reasonable jury to believe it. The court explained that entrapment is usually a question for the jury but can sometimes be decided by the judge if the facts are clear. Finally, Jacobson v. United States from 1992 is a key case. The court found that the defendant was entrapped as a matter of law and reversed his conviction. In this case, the government targeted the man for over 2 years, repeatedly asking him to buy illegal materials. The court ruled that the government failed to prove he was predisposed to commit the crime before their extensive inducement. This case is important because it shows how the court protects individuals from government overreach during sting operations. From a criminal defense point of view, these cases show that entrapment happens when law enforcement or their agents trick someone into committing a crime they wouldn't normally do. The defense focuses on proving the person was not predisposed and that the government actively induced the crime. These rulings help protect people from unfair government tactics and overzealous prosecutions. Defense attorneys use these precedents to argue that their clients were unfairly lured into illegal acts, especially in undercover operations or when informants pressure them. In summary, these landmark Supreme Court cases set the rules for how entrapment is understood and defended in court. They emphasize that the government must avoid overreach and that a person's willingness to commit a crime before government contact is a key factor in these cases.